Hello and welcome to What's Up Wednesdays. Hi everyone, welcome back to What's Up Wednesdays, a weekly video series to talk entrepreneurial advice for startups, travel tips and hacks to travel better, and overall motivational advice to get you through your week. My name's Hannah, and this week I'm talking all about how we can make an impact in our own communities and with our everyday actions. So there's three main things that I do in my daily routines that I've become more conscious of over time. So slowly my habits have changed to align closer with my overall goal and how I want to make an impact on the environment and the world around me. So this week I'm going to use a very specific example with taking care of our oceans, because today is World Ocean Day and just a couple days ago is World Environment Day. So these are things that we can be doing in our everyday life that overall impact our community, and these are actions that are really simple to take if we just make a small adjustment, and it's not that hard to kind of dive in. So the first step to making an impact is to define a need. And so as I mentioned, I'm going to be specifically talking about taking care of our environment and our oceans, but within your communities this can involve child and family welfare, natural disaster relief, funding education. There's so many different supports and causes that we can get involved with. So really define what is most prevalent or most needed within your community. So when I define the need for taking care of our oceans and our environment, the second phase to that was to figure out how I can be of service. How can I, living primarily in the Midwest in the middle of a land-bound country, help our environment and our oceans? So I really encourage you all to take a look at your communities just to see what sort of projects happen, what sort of events are put on from your city. Looking around, what are the needs of the people that you live close to within your neighborhood, within your city and your district. We can make an impact starting from a local level and move up from there. So moving into our second step would be then to take service and start taking action. So if I define the need of the environment and our oceans specifically, how can I make an impact being in a landlocked state in the middle of the United States? That's something that I really hadn't thought about consciously, because I'm not surrounded by oceans. I don't see it every day. I'm not, involved with beach cleanup and things like that. So when I traveled in a place that really was surrounded by oceans that I was involved with every single day, in that environment, I realized, my actions within my daily living has an impact on what happens to our oceans outside. So even just looking at the riverside and the place that I'm at right now, everything that I do in my everyday life and the things that we do within our communities and our states and etc. is going to directly affect the environment and the world around us. So while we might think innocently of a cup on the ground, that cup can end up on our rivers, which drains eventually into our oceans. So take that actionable step. So it's great to digitally support each other, to share awareness and to donate to different organizations, to sign the petitions and make your voice known. But the second step after that is to actually use your hands and to physically make that change within your life. So if I think from a one-sided perspective of landing in a landlocked place and don't consider the rivers and places around me, I might not notice that cup on the ground or the purchases that I make. But now that I'm aware of how my actions directly affect the oceans and the environment, there's so many actionable steps that I've taken within the last year that overall have reduced my carbon footprint and really truly made a difference for the environment. So a few simple actionable steps that you can make if this is something that you also want to take part in is whenever you're out in parks, go ahead and pick up the trash and the plastic or whatever you see on the ground that it doesn't belong there. Yes, it's not super sanitary, so definitely wear some gloves and wash your hands after. But the fact that you're taking that actionable step means more trash is off of the ground and it goes to a landfill or a place to recycle it, and that cleans up our grounds and cleans up our rivers. It's preventing that plastic and trash from going to a source where animals could get a hold of it or where it's going to sit on the ground and negatively affect the environment. And you're reducing the chance that it's going to end up in rivers that goes directly to the fish and the marine animals. The next actionable step that I really took into play next was to replace all of my water bottles and shopping bags with reusable bags. So there's a ton of companies like Anya, 1 Million Trees, For Ocean, the list goes on, that actually have products that donate to the cause that they want to support. So when you purchase products from places like Anya and from For Ocean and a new brand that I just learned about called Incas, they are directly impacting the environment in a positive way and repurposing the materials that they use for their products. So I'm not, using plastic bags at shops ever. I'm refusing to purchase single-use plastics when I purchase goods. Any sort of product that I purchase, whether it's shoes or clothes or whatever it may be in my life, I choose a company that is going to plant a tree from every service or for every product that they sell. I'm choosing to support a company that uses recyclable materials and avoids plastics and things like that. So drawing that consciousness to the fact that me as a consumer directly impacts the environment and the oceans, I can choose items and choose to support organizations that are going to directly impact the environment in a positive way. Then the other sort of things that I do in my everyday life to kind of reduce my impact and overall take some action for helping our environments and our oceans is refusing straws, carrying a metal straw, taking, dry bags with me to get, goods in large quantities so I don't have to take, packaged materials. Just overall setting an example for other people. So when other people see me use my reusable shopping bags and my reusable coffee mug and my metal water bottle, these are things that they can do easily in their life too, and so it sets that example and causes a chain reaction. So kind of that third step is to be that advocate for that mission that you want to support. Take that first step of finding the need and understanding how you can be a part of helping with that problem, spreading that awareness and that digital support and love for that cause, and choosing to share information and support businesses that are falling in line with that mission. Then the next step, taking that actionable step in your life to improve your own actions and figure out how you can physically use your hands to take part in that mission. So if you can go to states and countries that are pulling plastic out of the oceans and the rivers, that is wonderful. And you can also take the actionable steps on a local level just within your own lives by the way that you purchase goods and how you take care of the environment around you. And the third step is to be that advocate for that cause, to band other people together to do the same things. Set that positive example of what you want to happen in your environment, your world, and show others the way. Lead them by example to do the same exact things. Because think about it, if we have thousands of people refusing straws, using their own bags, using their own mugs and water bottles, that's a lot of people that are positively setting an example and making that the trend. Make that the trend to support a company that's going to plant a tree every time you buy something from them. Every time you buy a bracelet from For Ocean, they're pulling a bag of trash out of the oceans. If you can use your dollars to donate digitally, that's amazing. And then, taking it further to set that action and make it happen in real life time. So as you put these 3 phases or these 3 steps into your life in order to make an impact on your local and, environmental level, that didn't sound right. So moving forward, as you take these 3 steps into action within your own life and start defining those needs of your communities and the places around you, just remember to keep a positive headspace. Don't get bogged down by the things that are so wrong in the world. Just try to see the fact that things could be better and figure out how you can fit into that to make it better. Starting with one person is going to impact another person, and then those 2 people impact 4 people, and so on and so forth. It multiplies in numbers. So you'll be surprised to find how many people really are advocates for really big missions and are really doing a lot within their means. Just start with yourself and start with a way to kind of plug into the missions around you and find that support to band together and make a bigger impact overall. Keep your head up, define one problem at a time, use your hands and your actionable steps as much as you can, and then kind of integrate those habits into your life. I don't have to consciously think about taking my water bottle with me anymore, or putting my bags back in my car to go shopping, actively searching for companies that are supporting these missions. It just kind of comes as second nature, and now I'm able to use that energy and support for other causes that I believe in. So it just kind of works from one thing at a time, and then overall you notice these changes happen in your life, and you start to spread that awareness and that cause to other people. So overall, in numbers, that's how we make a bigger impact on the entire world. So now that we are at a riverside park, we're going to do a little bit of exploring and see what sort of plastic and things we can pick up. And I'll be sharing some graphics on a few of the things that I talked about, so you can start taking these actionable steps within your own life. Let's celebrate the ocean and our environment and make this world the best place that we can be. Keep spreading that awareness and that positivity and those actionable steps with others, so that we can make this bigger impact on the world overall. Thank you so much for watching this week. I hope this provided some clarity and a few, easy actionable steps to take in your own life to define a mission that you really want to support, and start taking those actionable steps on a local level and just scale up from there. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, take care of your earth around you. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Bye for now. Let's hope that turned out good. What's this guy doing? He left and then came back.